and we come to the European Union. We can learn from European Union, from Germany, how to develop systems as well. So our people come here, our industries, our companies, our students and professors come here. They will learn from this application area and come back to Taiwan to help us to develop sovereign AI and services applications that will make our own country better in the future. That's our purpose. And geopolitical issues, COVID, and so on. Human beings have been facing a lot of problems that are common to all the people in the world. And for the past few years, we have been asked by so many countries which share the same value with us, like Ambassador Xie mentioned. Taiwan is already a democratic, free country. We respect human rights, equity of the people, and so on. We share the same values. So countries sharing the same values of Taiwan starting to concern about our safety. And I would like to thank you about mentioning this. We have this deep feeling. So our government started to go outside, to make friends, to partner with all these countries, sharing the same values with us. That is why we are today here, devoting ourselves to our partners in the European Union. So thank you. We do know that right now. Thank you.
Maybe I could add something if it is allowed. I've been working as a representative of Taiwan in Germany since 26 years, as I just said. If we have a close look at the so-called China strategy published on the 30th July 2023, almost 12 or 13 months ago. It's about China, but there's one very important passage referring to Taiwan, and it is written, a military escalation in the Taiwan Strait would also impact the interests of Germany and the EU. That's perfectly clear enough. What happens to Taiwan can also affect Germany's interest. You could have never been sure 5 or 10 years ago that such kind of sentence would be put in a so important document. I think that explains everything. Thank you.
Latest, when during the pandemic or right after the pandemic, people start to collect washing machines only to take out the chipset from Japanese companies to let other machines running, then everybody was woken up and recognized what is the meaning of a solid eco chain with a partner that's truly reliable. That is what I see.
And we also know that you have very famous computer and phone companies in Taiwan. But something that I've always been missing also at IFA in the past years were your young entrepreneurs with startup companies. What is Taiwan doing in promoting these young startup companies? You have very talented people in Taiwan, very young talented people. Unfortunately, we don't hear much of them over here in Germany, and especially also in the past years at IFA. I don't know whether we will see more this year at IFA, but how is your government going to promote them in the future? Thank you.
Thank you very much. In Taiwan, there are several ministries, government departments working on this issue. We have been investing in young talents for the past few decades already, and we found that it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's very important for the government to help the young startups to be successful in the future. So my colleague Angia, she has been in charge of this startup activities in our ministry, and we have successfully cultivated, incubated startup teams in Taiwan for the past few years. Maybe about 120, 200 startup teams have been incubated. However, less than 10% successful to survive over 5 years. So I have been thinking about if we stay in Taiwan, it's quite difficult for our young talents to find real markets. So in the future, we would like to partner with IFA. So we would invite our startup teams also to come here. This year we are inviting a few of them. This is the first year. We would like to see whether it will be successful in the future. If we find it reasonable opportunities for them, we will increase our efforts in the future. We are also bringing the startups to Silicon Valley to see CES as well. In Taiwan, we have been working very hard to promote the startup companies. However, our problem is that the industries in Taiwan, including the semiconductor industries and the electronic system manufacturing industries, OEMs and ODMs, and so on, they are also big. They manufacture hardware for the entire world. So our companies are very huge. The startups don't have, if they don't have the market, then it is very difficult for our industry to help them to grow. So I'm looking for solutions for this problem, trying to reach our huge OEM audience to help the startups to get into the market. So finding reasonable opportunities for the government to invest, to try to spend the first bucket of money to help the startups to be successful, which is my objective at this moment. So I'm looking for markets that can grow in the future, and we will invest more in these young talents for the startups, and trying to combine our manufacturing companies together to help them. So I'm coming here to try to make the connection with our partners in Germany to look for global industries, global markets. Thank you.
Compared to having more safety for an employee like here. But it depends on the individual. As I see, when you look, for example, to people who are coming to your company and help in short notice to achieve a goal or a project, it's hard in Germany because you had to need for the search and to apply someone, I would say, at least 3 or 4 months. In US or in UK, for example, it's easier within 3-4 weeks to get a person. So my feeling in a moment is Germany had to speed up because our world is changing, everything is faster. And I also know that many CEOs not working with long-term goals, they're working with quarterly goals. That means you had to be flexible in setting up projects and hiring in short notice some persons. And Germany had to speed up there. So for short notice work, I would say in the moment, US is a better place for working on consistent topics like AI that stays forever. Then you see Siemens, Bosch, Lab Alpha, Schwarzgruppe, for example, they show how you can, let's say, benefit from the German world ethics and being ahead of the innovation and in front of the wave. So both had advantages and disadvantages. Definitely a far more bigger role in the future than now. As I said in my speech, there is a long-term relationship. Of course, there is room to grow. I think that Taiwan can be one, maybe the important growing engine from Asia if it comes to AI. Because all big companies from other Asian companies purchasing parts of Taiwanese companies. So it definitely makes sense to take this from here and let's say intensify our partnership. Therefore, I have one of them. Thank you very much. And you know we have different colors.
Yeah.
Since this year the rebranding, so I wanted to hear some different colors. So much here.
The colorful one.
Yes.
Yes.